Very exciting news, very exciting news, very exciting news, very exciting news from my perspective. So, this video is scheduling a standard eye exam with Medicaid as my health insurance. I've decided to name it that. I'm not gonna go into the nitty gritties of Medicaid or my health insurance or my plan or anything. I'm just gonna talk about my journey. So this is the journey specifically to find a place for an eye exam that accepted Medicaid health insurance and so my Medicaid health insurance and plan. So and this journey started in the autumn of 2022. So it's summer of 2023, so we're almost a year in, but not quite a year in. And so I'm going to recount the latest of my pursuits that has ultimately successfully led to me getting a scheduled standard eye exam. And so with Greenwood Optical, also on Yelp is Greenwood Vision. So I get to go and find out what the name is. So it's Greenwood Optical or Greenwood Vision. And so I'm going to go through my journey. So what else do I need to do in the introduction? Let's see. I've been working on this video description for a while because I've been working on this a while. Okay. So I have my same health insurance. Oh, what has changed? So in this journey, so it's a journey since the autumn of 2022. So stuff has changed. My same health insurance. So I have Medicaid, plan Amerigroup, that has not changed, and I first enrolled in October 2021. Or that's when I got my card. I have cards for Washington State, Medicaid, Apple Health, and a card for my plan, and those were issued, I think, October 2021. And so that's the same. However, in the past month, sometime in the past month, I received an update to my primary care provider. So it used to be ICHS Medical and Dental in Shoreline, and it got updated to a UW neighborhood medical clinic down in Northgate, which is actually the first a UW clinic at Northgate. It's been relocated, like it got moved out and then it moved back in a different location. That was my first actual like pediatrician in the United States of America and stuff, like, as a kid. So that's actually my primary care provider. Sometimes life really does go full circle, but it doesn't have dental services and it doesn't have vision services. So I'm like, I have an appointment on Friday at ICHS Shoreline for dental, and I'm like, I'll find out if they still accept me for, potentially scheduling my next general exam for like 2023, that kind of thing. Okay, I already got my pre-authorization denied there. All right, previously I've talked about this on this channel. I've been turned down at Costco, Target, and Walmart. Okay, so going into these most recent pursuits, that was my batting average. I went to Costco and got turned down. I scheduled an appointment with Target, and then something changed after I scheduled my appointment and they no longer accepted my insurance, so I got turned down there. And then I called Walmart's and got turned down. Okay, so on Thursday, 23 June 2022, oh, this is some context, I posted a public video on YouTube with my phone number. So it is possible I am being turned down because of me instead of provided reasons. So like when I call, if the person who has the phone sees the phone number, like, or is in charge of phone, sees his phone number, and they know my phone number, because it is public on YouTube since June 2022, it is possible I'm getting turned down at these places because of that. I have no, I would guess not. Okay, but like, because my phone number is public, right, there's the possibility for a collision there, kind of thing. All right, so after getting turned down at those three places, and I had already called my vision stuff, so I went to Costco in autumn of 2022. Then in October, Friday, 7 October 2022, I called my eye insurance, like hotline, iQuest or whatever. And they said, you can go here and here and here. So I had been working on that. So this is everything after getting turned down at Costco, Target, and Walmart. Okay. So the first call I made was Monday, 21 August 2023 at 12 p.m. exactly. And I called the ICHS Vision Clinic in Chinatown-International District in Seattle. I was turned down with the stated reason being the locations, thus ICHS was not listed as my primary care provider. So I don't know if that's because my primary care provider was changed by Amerigroup from ICHS Shoreline to UW Medical Clinic. Now I can't go to ICHS Chinatown-International District. I don't know if that's because ICHS got changed to UW Medical Clinic, or if that's because the ICHS Chinatown only /International District only serves ICHS Chinatown/International District. Either way, okay, I got my answer. No, I got rejected. Turned down. All right. So second call. Oh, and so I did that because when I had called my iQuest, they were like, well, you can always, like, you can try your primary care. So I tried my primary care in that sense of the ICHSs in the Seattle area only had one with a vision clinic, and it was that one. So I was like, I'll call that before I call my iQuest again. So then the second call was 12:04 p.m. So I called, and then 4 minutes later, I made another call on Monday, 21 August 2023. So I called the number on my Medicaid Amerigroup plan card. So I have 2 cards, one for Washington State, one for my, like, the Medicaid, and one for Amerigroup. And so on the Amerigroup card, there's a number for my vision stuff. So I called that, which is iQuest, if I'm recalling correctly. And they provided 4 places. I was like, okay, where can I use my medical insurance? And so they provided 4 places with addresses and phone numbers for me to try that were listed as accepting my insurance. So I wrote them down. I was like, okay, let's get started. And so I started with the first place on this new list. So it was my third call. And that was at 12:24, so that same day, on Monday, 21 August 2023. It was the same day. I called the iSite, spelled S-I-T-E, like the iSite, like a website, only iSite, in Lake City, Seattle. And they turned me down. So I was talking to the person on the phone, and she said they were not accepting new patients. So my health insurance was not the issue. It was they were overbooked already, so they didn't have space for me. Okay. And then, so that was that, and I was like, okay, I've been turned down twice today. I'm taking a break. And that was my celebration of my 31st birthday week. So I was like, and the next day I was going out with my aunt, and I was like, you know what? I'm paused right there. And so then the next day, actually, my aunt Danette and I drove past the second place on this new list on the morning of Tuesday, 22 August 2023. We were going down to the Museum of Pop Culture in Seattle, and we Sam's Club on Aurora Avenue North. This is like the Bitter Lake, Holler Lake neighborhoods in Seattle. Sam's Club was no longer located at the provided address. So the address they provided for me, I think the building is there, but it was like stripped of the Sam's Club stuff. So the Sam's Club was closing down. So I was like, I didn't have to call. I was in the car, I was riding, and she drove past, and it's not there anymore. So I'm not going to be going to that one because it's not there. Okay. So then I was discouraged, and then I was going to call last week, and something happened, and I was like, all right, just wait till next week. I'll call on Monday. And then, so I put that on my calendar to call yesterday, but yesterday was Labor Day, and so I was like, okay, I won't be calling on Labor Day, because it's probably closed. And so I called the third place today, 10:05 a.m., Tuesday, 5 September 2023. I called Greenwood Optical, which on Yelp is listed as Greenwood Vision in Greenwood, Seattle. I love Greenwood, Seattle. I was like, okay, when I got this list, I was like, my number 1 pick is probably Greenwood Optical because I love Greenwood, like the neighborhood of Seattle. It's like Greenwood, Finney Ridge area. And I love the initials G-O, go. Like, gotta go get my glasses. You know, so I was like hoping. And so I called, and they were accepting new patients and accepted my health insurance and plan, and appointment was scheduled. So that was that. Hallelujah. So third place on the new list in my 4th call. And so that was a call. And then up last is like a segment is before the conclusion. Scheduling and scheduled appointment. So at the time of call, they took new patient information. So like my name, date of birth, health insurance information, plan, and so there's like Medicaid, Washington Health, Apple Health, and then there's my plan. So they took that information. We scheduled the appointment for later this same week, So the same week of calling, they had appointments available. So what works for me and works for them, right? So they ask me what works for me. I say that, and then they say, okay, how about this day, one of these time slots. And so I was like, okay, I'll go with 4 p.m. on Friday, 8 September 2023, which is going to be a busy day for me for the medical stuff in my life, because at 8 a.m. on Friday, 8 September 2023, I have a teeth cleaning. So it's going to be a doctor appointment day, which I was thinking about because they had like a 1 o'clock, a 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or something like that. They had a number of afternoon time slots. And I was like, the fluoride on the teeth lasts for 4 hours or whatever. So I was like, not the 1 o'clock. What's the latest one I can get in the day? So I went with the 4 p.m. on Friday, 8 September 2023. Yes. I finally got it. Less than a year later. Less than a year. But almost a year. Okay. I'm so happy. Yeah. So in conclusion, it's done. It took a while, and it took getting turned down, or places no longer accepted it or were no longer there. And that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I struck out at 6 places before I got a yes. Okay, but I got a yes, and I'm excited. So recap videos coming at you Friday for the dental, at least I intend to, if I can, right, for the teeth cleaning, 6-month standard teeth cleaning, where I got my pre-authorization denied, and then for this standard eye exam. Happy Tuesday.